I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences.
Things between Iman Shumpert and Aaron have gone completely out of control, and nobody saw it getting this violent. What started as quiet tension behind the scenes has turned into a shocking, brutal fight that left everyone stunned. No one at the event expected it to get so bad. It wasn't just a simple argument or a few harsh words. This turned into a full-on physical fight that left people bleeding, screaming, and in total disbelief. The moment was chaotic. As soon as the fight broke out, the entire room was thrown into confusion. Security rushed in, but they couldn't stop the damage in time. Witnesses said the scene was terrifying. Tables were knocked over, chairs went flying, and people tried to back away in fear. It was hard to believe what was happening right in front of them. This wasn't a movie. This was real life. Teyana Taylor, who was nearby, was left heartbroken and overwhelmed. She watched the two most important men in her life, her former partner and her current close friend, tear into each other with no concern for the consequences. People who saw her said she was crying and screaming, begging them to stop. She tried to get to them, but security held her back to keep her safe. Witnesses say she was completely distraught and emotionally shattered by the scene. For a while now, people close to the situation have noticed tension building between Iman and Aaron. Though it wasn't obvious to the public at first, the signs were there. Iman reportedly began feeling like he was being replaced or pushed aside, especially when it came to the relationship between Aaron and Teyana's daughter. As Aaron became more involved in the family, Iman apparently grew more uncomfortable. He didn't like how close Aaron was getting, and it caused a lot of silent resentment. Things really took a turn for the worse when Aaron allegedly made comments that Iman took personally. These weren't just small, petty insults. According to people close to them, the remarks were deep, cutting, and felt like deliberate attacks. Although they had argued before, nothing had ever turned physical until now. Everything came to a head when both men showed up at the same event. No one expected them to talk, much less fight, but once they saw each other, things escalated fast. Angry words were exchanged, and within seconds, it turned into a physical altercation. People nearby said it looked like both of them had been holding in anger for months, and it all came pouring out in that moment. Security struggled to pull them apart. Iman was seen with blood dripping from his face, and Aaron had visible bruises and scratches. Neither of them walked away unhurt. Several guests were caught in the middle as they tried to help or move out of the way, adding to the chaos. The event, which had been a celebration, was forced to shut down early. The floor was covered in broken glass, overturned furniture, and blood. Organizers were worried things would spiral even more if they didn't step in fast. The atmosphere turned tense and somber. Nobody could believe what had just happened. Teyana is now facing the aftermath. She had spent months trying to keep peace between the two men, mainly for the sake of her daughter. Friends say she tried everything, talking to them separately, keeping them apart, even asking them both to let go of their issues. But this incident has left her feeling helpless, exhausted, and extremely worried. Sources say Teyana is now thinking about taking legal action to protect her daughter from being exposed to this kind of behavior again. She's scared of what might happen if things continue down this path. She wants to protect her child's emotional and mental well-being before anything else. People who know Iman say they've never seen him this out of control. And Aaron, though injured, is reportedly shaken by the experience too. Now, everyone is asking, what happens next? Will this fight lead to charges? Will the two men be forced to stay away from each other legally? The internet is buzzing with reactions, but the one thing everyone agrees on is that this feud has gone too far. What was once a personal conflict has now become a very public disaster, and the damage, both physical and emotional, is going to take time to heal. No mother ever wants to see her child caught in the middle of something this painful. Right now, Teyana Taylor feels torn between two men she once trusted, Iman Shumpert and Aaron. What began as a slow-burning tension finally exploded into a violent and emotional scene that left everyone shaken. It wasn't just a scuffle. It turned into a public disaster that deeply affected everyone involved, especially Teyana. Iman says he never planned for things to go this far. According to him, Aaron had been crossing boundaries for a long time. He claims Aaron has been disrespectful, constantly undermining his role as a father. Iman also believes Aaron is using his closeness with Tiana's daughter to stir up trouble and gain influence. Iman says he tried to stay calm. He even walked away multiple times that night, hoping things wouldn't get worse. But Aaron, according to Iman, kept provoking him with harsh and personal remarks. Eventually, Iman says he had no choice but to defend himself. By the time things turned physical, he felt pushed past his limit. He was left with noticeable injuries, cuts, bruises, and blood dripping from his face. Now he's thinking about taking legal steps to protect his daughter and make sure Aaron stays away from her. His supporters are calling him a protective father who simply had enough. While Iman admits he regrets how violent the situation became, he says he acted out of pain and not hate. This may be his final warning. He's ready to go through the courts if needed to keep his daughter safe. But Aaron's version of the story is completely different. He claims he was caught off guard and insists that Iman was the one who suddenly snapped. Aaron says he was only trying to talk things through peacefully. He denies being aggressive and believes Iman acted out of jealousy, especially because of the bond Aaron has developed with Tiana's child. Friends of Aaron say he even tried to calm Iman down before things got physical. Now, with bruises of his own and a swollen face, Aaron is thinking about suing Iman for assault. Aaron's team argues that he's always tried to do the right thing. He says he never meant to interfere or take anyone's place, he just wanted to be supportive. But now, with the internet full of rumors and stories spinning out of control, Aaron feels like he's been made into a villain. He's seeking legal help to protect his reputation and defend his side of things. Both men are hurt physically and emotionally, and neither seems ready to back down. Once photos and videos of the fight hit social media, the internet exploded. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter lit up with reactions. Hashtags like #ProtectTiana, #JusticeForHer, and #StayAwayFromHerChild started trending as fans weighed in. People were heartbroken and angry. Some took Iman's side, saying he was pushed too far and only acted to defend his family. Others sided with Aaron, accusing Iman of having anger issues and saying he needs serious help. The comments section became a battlefield. One thing nearly everyone agrees on is this: the child stuck in the middle of all this doesn't deserve to be part of such a toxic and dangerous situation. The well-being of that little girl is now at the center of the conversation. Fans, influencers, and even mental health advocates are urging both men to take a hard look at their actions. Many are asking them to seek therapy and prioritize the child's safety and emotional health. Some are even suggesting that, for now, it might be best if neither man has close contact with the child until things settle down. There are calls for public apologies and promises to change. People want more than just statements, they want real accountability. The situation has gotten so serious that even other celebrities have spoken out, offering support to Tiana and expressing concern for her daughter. Their involvement only amplified how serious this has become. It's no longer just celebrity drama, it's now a real crisis with deep emotional and legal consequences. If either Iman or Aaron decides to press charges, things could escalate further. Police reports, court hearings, and possibly even jail time are all very real possibilities now. Tiana herself may also take legal steps, such as requesting a protective order, to make sure her daughter is shielded from further harm. Some sources say she's already thinking about keeping both men away from public events in her life, just to avoid another blow-up. Event organizers are also stepping in. Several venues that hosted past events involving the trio are reportedly banning both men from future appearances. They want to make sure another public fight doesn't happen under their watch. But beyond public appearances, the real concern lies in what happens behind closed doors. Custody issues may now come under legal review. Lawyers could get involved, and court hearings might be scheduled to decide what kind of access, if any, these men should have to the child. Some experts are saying that therapy or family mediation might be the only way forward. Without real help and clear boundaries, this cycle of conflict could repeat itself over and over again, each time hurting the child even